Rain has come down heavily. The rest has been disabled. There has been a collision as well for the stream. It's only just started because it's been slightly busy. So let's quickly get the stream up, and I think everyone's going to be retiring soon because I think that's going to be it for qualifying. From what I have been told, it is going to be a dry race. So, but qualifying is meant to be wet, and qualifying is wet. So yeah, so Wave Intel is on pole position. Sorry I couldn't make it last week. I just couldn't make it. In second is Rick. In third is GP1 Alex. Fourth, the Warrislander. That's how you say it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still relatively new to the league. Fifth is Tony. Sixth is Betrayer. Seventh, Nick. Lazarenko 8th. MJ Coop 9th. And then the 4 people not to set a lap time, and the 4 people who I think won't set a lap time, is Ben, Joseph, I think, White Fountain, and Humbo Stone. Hopefully my voice is allowed to be shared. I will quickly check that because I'm not too sure. Sharing and broadcasting. There we go. I'll quickly go through the standings in a moment. 5 people watching already, thank you very much. Right, so as we see, White Fountain on a set of super softs trying to go around Belgium in the wet. We'll go through the driver's standings. So leading with 71 points is Betrayer. Oh, and White Fountain's actually hit the wall on the pit entry. Locked up. In second is Humbo Stone with 57 points. In third is Wave Intel, who is currently on pole. In third. In fourth is Ben Musket. I don't think he's here today. Not too sure. Oh no, that was Ben. No, wait, no. He is here. In fifth is Rick. In sixth is Nick. Seventh is Coop. Eighth is Kieran. Ninth Jamie. 10th Tony. 11th is Mr. Stim. 12th is GP1 Alex. 13th is a Prodigal. Hulkenberger was 14th, but has now left the league. Lazarenko 15th. August 16th. Gazerman 17th. Ferrari 18th. Aaron Spence 19th. And Alex Hallows 20th. I believe Warrislander and a White Fountain are new. I'm not 100% correct. I don't know if I'm 100% right, but I believe they are new. So actually I'm on board with Humbo, but I wasn't going on board with Ben, but he has just gone into the pits. So Humbo Stone on a set of intermediates. The best he can hope for currently is 10th, and since these guys are actually going to qualify on the intermediates, they get whatever tyre choice they want for the race, unlike the top 9, because they all set a lap on the super soft before the rain came down, or they got a lap in before the rain came, or they didn't invalidate before the rain came down. Also, I apologise for the a few minutes late stream. I was just rushed out to get something. So here comes Humbo Stone through Blanchimont. About to start his lap. As I said, the best he can go is 10th, but 10th will still be good. Quickest of the intermediates will be quite nice for him. So as he's about to start the first lap of wet Belgium, crosses the line now and is in hot lap ERS, drops down into medium and picks it straight back up on the power again, coming up to Eau Rouge and Radion. This may be a little bit difficult in the wet, especially with a dry setup. We'll watch him. Bit of a wobble, but he's done that pretty nicely. Now coming down the Camel Straight, or the Camel Straight, reaching speeds of around 207 miles an hour, maybe 205 at maximum for Humbo Stone. So he brakes for turns, I think 5 and 6. I'm not 100% sure about the corner names anymore. Going through this right-hander, leading up to the Bruxelles, I think this corner is called, Bruxelles. A long sweeping right-hander, easy to lock up with no ABS. Now leading on to this left-hander of no named corner. Downhill left-hander. But then coming up to the biggest downhill left-hander, one of the most recognisable corners, Prix. A mainly flat-out left-hander. Humbo does run a little bit wide, I don't think it will invalidate him. The game's pretty kind when it comes to wet weather around Prix. Go a little bit wide as it comes through this the end of the middle sector. Some tight right left right, a tight right left right, sorry. Easy to invalidate on the exit. So as it comes up the hill now, coming up to Blanchimont, the flat out left hander. You can do it flat out in the rain if you are daring. Humbo does back off though, so you may have invalidated. Joseph, that is Joseph, has retired, sorry. I've also been told that it is a dry race, so quite unfortunate we don't see wet weather, but oh well. So here comes Humbo Stone about to cross the line. It'll be a 58 for invalid. So he's going to go around once again. And MJ Coop's now retired. Not many people are left. Ben's just started his lap. White Fountain's going around again. No, I mean, sorry, Humbo Stone's going around again. Takes Eau Rouge a bit more aggressive, and Radion obviously takes it a little bit more aggressive. Hoping to get a little bit more time in there. As he break, he's now 3 tenths up already, so yep. Oh, he's hit the wall pretty hard there. I wasn't actually focusing. Look back on the screen, and Humbo Stone just hit the wall. I don't know if that was on purpose or he just lost the back end. But now there is a Mercedes sitting in the middle of the track. Obviously, if this was a real life race, that would be a safety car, but it is only qualifying, and there are no red flags, unfortunately. But yeah, if you think about it, that's quite a dangerous location. Because knowing this game, if the car doesn't ghost, then whoever's going around that corner is going to hit them, or hit him. So, as we saw, Ben went past the corpse of Humbo Stone. He's coming through the middle sector. He's only in 2 ERS, so he's not really pushing. Oh, big wobble there on the exit. Wow. On the fast right-hander, clip the rear left tyre on the curb. Easy to wobble. Good evening, SJD. So here comes Ben, going through the bus stop chicane. I believe it's been renamed nowadays, but I don't know. So what will his lap be? Would it have beaten Humbo Stone's? Yes, it would. It was a 56.1, and that is the end of qualifying. I didn't even notice the time had run out. Bit of an anticlimactic qualifying, obviously because of DRS being disabled roughly halfway through the session. So Wave Intel is on pole position with a 42.6 on the Super Softs. In second is Rick, joining him on the front row. On the second row is GP1 Alex and the Warriors Lander. Quite a good debut from him. Then in fifth is Tony, sixth is Betrayer, seventh is Nick. Lazarenko would have been starting 10th, but he's starting at the back of the grid. MJ Cooper is now promoted to 8th, Ben 9th, Joseph 10th, White Fountain 11th, and Humberstone 12th, because I believe Lazarenko will drop to last. Because I believe before the stream I did catch something at the bottom of the screen saying he collided. I believe it was with Humberstone. So yep, dry race as told. I don't know if I'll have enough time to do podium interviews. I know I didn't do them 2 weeks ago because I obviously didn't know I had permission to do them, but I don't know if I'll have time. Depends how this race does go. I think there's a few minutes delay, obviously, because it happens in this league or in Invictus. Don't really know how long it is. I think it's 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. I'm not too sure. So if anyone in the chat has got any predictions for this race, please put them in, because your guess may be as good as mine, because I am still new. Don't really know many people in here. I know a handful, but not many. So Robson in the chat wants GP1 Alex to take the win, I presume. Let's see where he is in the championship. He is... Oh, we are getting ready now, as the formation lap will begin. He is down in 12th in the championship. And Nick and Tony will be going for the risky, for a risky strategy. I think super softs to soft and one stopper. I can see them doing well providing there, providing there are no collisions. Yeah, I know I've only commentated over one race, but they're a pretty clean bunch. Obviously, we have got 2 people who are new, so obviously things may get a little bit, not out of hand, but not as clean as expected. We don't know. Yeah, the main strategy would be the super soft to the soft. I think mainly everyone will go for it. I'll check the tyres for outside the top 10. Let's get that up. Top 9 on the super softs. Lazarenko is also on the super softs, because he did qualify in 8th, but obviously he's been demoted. Then it's Joseph who started on the... Ben got his free choice and chose the super softs. Joseph, if it is Joseph, I want to guess, he is on the softs. And then Humberstone and White Fountain are on the mediums. Humberstone, Rick, Amateur, and Rapid. Yeah, I do believe Rick's Rapid. I believe he was in the race where I commentated on. Humberstone, I've commented on him before in other leagues. He's pretty rapid. He can be rapid on his day. Betrayer, championship leader. Obviously, he can be rapid, as we've seen by his current form of 3 podiums in a row. So as we do get ready for the start of this Grand Prix, everyone is about to start lining up now. As Betrayer already lined up on the grid. He has obviously been disqualified somewhere, which means his super soft tyres will be cold, but won't take long for him to warm up. And I don't want to commentator's curse anything, but I'm hoping that there is not a huge collision up Eau Rouge and Radion. So as I get ready, we'll look on board from Wave Intel's point of view. Let's get rid of that. So we go 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And away we go for the Belgian Grand Prix. It looks like Wave Intel got a very good start there. Rick didn't get the best and he's already been swamped by Alex going into turn 1 maybe. Seems pretty clean by everyone. White Fountain has dropped to the back there. Rick is pretty close to Wave Intel, so we'll look at everyone going up Eau Rouge and Radion. There's two people going side by side there. It was the Force India and the Mercedes. Everyone seems to have kept it clean up Eau Rouge and Radion. Yes, they have. So now Slipstream. Look at Rick to try and get past Wave Intel around the outside. Off the Camel straight. Can he do it? No. A few cars in the background just slotting in position. I think Nick's made up a few positions. Ben's up into 7th. Battling with Tony. Oh, that's damage for Joseph. Oh, big crash. Joseph round. Someone else was off there. I don't know who it was, but unfortunate for Joseph there. And Warriors was off the track. He was in 4th, but Nick, after a flyer, is up into 4th as well. Ben, I think, has got wing damage as well. Yes, he has. Let me just go above with Rick. No, he hasn't actually. So I think he's got away with that one. So as pretty much the end of that one, is going to be Wave Intel, who has kept the lead with Rick in 2nd, GP1 Alex in 3rd, and Nick in 4th after a flying start. Gained 3 positions, so did Humbo Stone on them set of mediums. I think a lot will go for the super softs and mediums, pitting around 5 or 6. If anyone can take the supers to 8, they'll be going on the softs. Well, whoever it was Ben, but it doesn't really matter. There's Humbo and Tony, who was looking for it. If people go on the tyres, I think we can stretch them. Oh, and there's Tony pitting already. At the end of that one, he's kind of stopped a bit early, so that's going to cost him a bit of time. Is anyone close enough? Rick, that's not a gap of 2/10 if I've ever seen one. I can't really believe these gaps. They're not very realistic. Well, look at this. Ben, Humbo and White Fountain going up Eau Rouge and Radion. Lazarenko's already picked up a 3-second time penalty. Here comes Humbo Stone on White Fountain. Will he switch to the inside or the outside? He picks the outside. Flies past White Fountain. Oh, and Ben in the background. Breaks too late. Misses breaking point, and there's Lazarenko around the outside. Excellent move. Capitalizes on someone else's mistakes. Warris Lander and Betrayer were battling, and Betrayer's got half a wing. They've obviously collided somewhere, and now the championship leader is struggling. Will he let his teammate through? I'm guessing it's a no. And Warris Lander has lagged out. I think he may have internet issues, so Betrayer and MJ Coop will take the position, but here comes MJ Coop on his teammate. Will Betrayer challenge it? Are they going to go side by side for a Blanchimont? No, they're not. MJ Coop does stick back, but with desync on this game, anything can happen. MJ Coop needs to realise that his teammate's got wing damage and doesn't want to sit behind for too long. As Wave Intel starts lap 3. Hopefully the gaps will become a little bit more realistic now. And this is currently a 6-car train. The White Fountain is half a wing as well. Lazarenko and Ben are pretty close as well. So let's have a look at the Red Bulls as they go up Eau Rouge and Radion. Betray is going to have a hell of a lot of understeer. There is a yellow flag set to 1. MJ Coop with a wobble. That's not going to help him. And Ben and White Fountain's got a hell of a run. And we'll have DRS for the first time and will fly straight by and is up into P8. I just noticed MJ Coop's got wing damage. So both Red Bulls have now got wing damage, and this is going to allow Humbo to probably get both of them. Have they both got it on the same side? No, Betrayer's got damage to his left part of his wing, and MJ Coop's got it on his right, so some of them are going to be faster than each other on each corner. But one man, also known as Betrayer, is going to be, not Betrayer, Humbo Stone's going to be quicker than all of them. And Joseph is the first retiree. And here comes Rick on wave intel. He's closed up. Not really pushing on the ERS though. So he's going to hold back a little bit. Will he go for a lunge though? MJ Coop and Betrayer, who switch positions. Back on board with the lead though, nothing's happened there. Humbo Stone tried it around the outside there, that was a bit risky. Around the outside of Blanchimont, I've never seen that attempt before. I'm going to stick on board with this, but oh, was that someone down the side? It was Ben down the side of Humbo Stone, and that has stopped him in his tracks. Let's go on board with Rick. There's another yellow flag. I think it's Tony. No, it's not. I don't know who it is. But here comes Rick. He will have DRS, and the gap is 5/10. Can he get that gap any further down? It's closing, but not enough. Humbo Stone runs wide, and this is going to allow Ben now to attempt to pass. Betrayer is closing on his teammate rapidly, but doesn't go for the move. And actually messes up his line, so now Humbo Stone's on the back of him for P6. Non-stop action for the start of this Grand Prix. Oh, and J. Coop runs wide there in the background. GP Alex is caught up to the front too after their battling. We'll see if they've got any wing damage. Hold on. No, they don't. They just seem to be holding each other up, which is allowing Alex to get involved. Nick not far away, and there's a 7-second gap to MJ Coop. Here comes Humbo Stone. Betrayer got a very good run through Puon. Around the outside, here he goes. He's been squeezed onto the curb. He's still there. Betrayer's not got much turning, but Betrayer does keep the position for now. But I don't think he'll keep it for very long. Now leaning onto the corner before Blanchimont. I don't really know the corner names through here or numbers. Betrayer understeering like crazy, and Humbo Stone's going to pass him. Ben's going to pass him as well. Yep, he's got the move, and now Ben's got a slipstream on Humbo as well. Can he get a double overtake here around the outside for bus stop chicane? He's trying to keep his nose in but couldn't, so Humbo Stone is now up into P6. Betrayer's lost 2 positions. Tony has passed Worstlander, but he's not actually in the lobby. Wave Intel and Rick are still there. Or still battling, may I say. And Alex is also there in the background. So here comes Rick on Wave Intel. Can he close up and then go for a move? He's gaining. Looks to the inside, but does back out at the last minute. Doesn't actually go for the move, and his rear tyres are going. You can tell down on the exit, his rear tyres are starting to overheat. Ben on Humbo Stone, still too far back. Betrayer, championship leader, just I think should have pit around about now. Can take the mediums to the end. Take the mediums to the end, and just try and get as many points back as possible. Humbo now under pressure on their medium tyres. The super softs will start to wear out around about now, so Ben with the number 1 in this car needs to make the most of it as he can now. Rick though, Ben's teammate, is on the back of Wave Intel, and GP Alex, or GP1 Alex, is on the back of him also. So Rick's gaining on Wave Intel. They're both on Overtake ERS, and they both have actually backed out of using Overtake ERS. They don't want to burn it, obviously. So let's go back on board with Ben, who was closing in, but Humbo Stone's closed on MJ Coop. MJ Coop's made a mistake somewhere. Now, will anyone pit on lap 5? No, they won't. So let's go on board with the battle for the lead, the 3-way battle between the Ferrari, the Force India and the McLaren. There is a Ferrari in the background also. In case something happens, Wave Intel with a wobble, so's Rick. Alex has lost so much time, but here comes Rick on Wave Intel. He's got the overspeed, the DRS, and he had a bit of slipstream. Will he try it around the outside? They are going to go side by side. And Rick does get the position, but he runs very wide. He's struggling with his rear tyres on traction. He's sliding around all over the place. Wave Intel being smart and not going for the move. But here comes Ben and MJ Coupe battling. He's past Humbo Stone. Two insane battles going on at once. MJ Coupe's doing very well to defend there. He's able to keep Ben behind for another lap. As SJD said in the chat, these guys are going to go for the super soft to soft, I'm guessing. But here through, not a Rouge, P1, yep, MJ Coupe with the wing damage, can't do anything. He's going to come back at Ben, I think. Back down the inside maybe? No, he doesn't go for it. This is the battle I will stay on board with. MJ Coupe's now losing Humbo Stone time. Ben has been able to pass. Oh, Humbo came very close to the wall there. Ben I'll have slipstream and MJ Coupe coming up the hill up to Blanchimont. I think he may go for the move into the bus stop chicane. GP1 Alex and Rick both pit. Will Humbo Stone go for the move? No, he doesn't. Will anyone pit? Not out of these three, no. White Fountain picks up a 5-second stop-go penalty for exceeding track limits. That's an interesting one. Rick got a wing change, so I didn't even know that. So now anyway, back on board with this battle for P3. MJ Coupe's going to struggle here. And Humbo's got a pretty good run. He's in the gain, but MJ Coupe has got the DRS. Not much slipstream though. And here comes Humbo. He's going to try it around the outside. He's going to have to. Around the outside, MJ Coupe, excellent defending with the wing damage. He seems to be able to keep Humbo Stone behind. Because MJ Coupe's going to pit soon, maybe even on this lap. So what tyres did they go on? They went on the mediums, so possibly people are staying out going for the soft tyre when they do pit. But the ones that pit now, or the lap before technically, are now on the mediums. Now the gap between MJ Coupe and Ben has got up to around about 2 seconds. Humbo Stone locking up. MJ Coupe going on the grass. Oh, that's a poor run and that's a wall almost, but here comes Humbo. This is going to be dangerous. This is going to be very dangerous. Humbo, is he going to try it around the outside? No, he just back off. MJ Coupe tries straight lining Blanchimont, but he can't do a lot of wing damage. And coming into the bus stop chicane, MJ Coupe may pit. He doesn't, he continues on. Nick does pit, we'll see what he does. He goes on the soft tyre. So as I said, they're starting to pit for the softs. Where will Nick come out in comparison with Rick and GP1 Alex? GP1 Alex has already passed him. And he's going to come out ahead of Rick. So Rick's pit stop for a new wing has obviously cost him a lot of times. Back on board with the battle for P3 provisionally. Humbo on MJ Coupe. This should be it this time. It's taken him too many laps. And he's eventually got the move for P3. And now GP Alex and White Fountain, a literal vice versa move. And he's got it as well, as we saw in the background. We saw Nick on the soft tyres, just warming them up. Obviously, they'll still be quite cold for now. But I think by the start of next lap, they'll be nice and warm. Oh, we're on lap 8 of this race. This race is flying. MJ Coupe's now just losing time. I think he may pit this lap. So will Wave Intel. Quite surprised he didn't pit, actually. Yeah, Nick will get the undercut. But, yeah, Wave Intel will pit for softs. So, I've got a feeling Wave Intel, though, I think he's just got a little bit more pace compared to his teammate. Yeah, Humbo on the medium tyre. Ben is 2.5 seconds away. I'm guessing Ben may pit also. Wave Intel is in. I want to guess Ben's going to follow. Yes, he does. So Humbo will take the provisional lead. MJ Coop's in also. These guys are all pushing for the soft tyres. So where is GP1 Alex? Also, he's going to be in the battle. Now, where is Wave Intel? He's coming out just ahead of his teammate. Well then, this could be interesting because Wave Intel's going to be on cold tyres. I mean, see, there's a big wobble. It's a big wobble. And it's a big crash of Port Rouge. Wave Intel, the pole position man, is out of the race. And now that changes the complexity of everything. I literally said it before he went up Port Rouge and Radion. Cold tyres is not going to help him, and he took Eau Rouge pretty well, but once he reached Radion, lost the back end and hit the wall pretty hard, obviously. White Fountain and Nick are now battling. White Fountain has actually got wing damage, so Nick needs to pass him. Doesn't make any mistakes. Well, he has just made one, and Nick does pass White Fountain up into third. That is an excellent move. 9 people watching. That is a record since I've been streaming anyway, so thank you guys. Humbo Stone will get caught most likely by GP1 Alex in the next few laps, unless he has got some decent pace. Nick though should be the quickest guy on track. MJ Coop dropped down to 9th behind his teammate. Humbo Stone will be going on the medium, or be staying on the mediums until he can pit for super softs, which will be around about lap 15. So Rick and White Fountain now. Rick needs to try and get back into this race, or get back into contention for the win. Because I believe he can still win this race, as he's got a run now on White Fountain, and with DRS should be an easy move, and it is. Up into P4. White Fountain had a look, but I don't think he would have gone for the move, and Rick should just get away now. And I think that'll be it for battles for a little while. For the next battle we will see is between, I think it will be between GP1 Alex and Nick, I want to say, but Rick is actually quickest guy on track, so I don't know. Gaps between the top 4 are closing, so we could see potentially a 4-way battle for the lead. Humbo Stone does have to pit, so it'll be a net 3-way battle, but we'll just say it's a 4-way battle, so then it obviously looks a little bit better. If anyone has got anything to say about the race so far, please say it in the chat. I'd say this first half of the race has been possibly the best, the most excitement I've seen around Belgium in a while. From a racing standpoint, I don't like the circuit, but commentating is an excellent circuit. Gap between Nick and Alex is closing rapidly. It's now 1.7 seconds, so Nick on them softs is absolutely flying. MJ Coop though, meanwhile, has just set the fastest lap on the softs. Did GP1 Alex? He did get DRS off the lap car, so that'd be pretty annoying. Worth keeping an eye on MJ Coop. Oh, whoa! Okay, my stomach literally did a backflip. Yeah, he's actually not that far away. I think he could potentially maybe get a P5 out of this race. MJ Coop, I'll keep an eye on him. He's got his teammates try and pass first. Well, I've never felt that before. My stomach did a backflip when I saw Nick heading towards the wall, and then he obviously either lag or desync, and he teleported back on the track. The usual thing in this game. But what it looks like, it is going to be a three-way battle, which is going to be amazing. And hopefully, if they do hold each other up enough, Rick will join in to make it a four-way battle for the lead. Humbostone is got the biggest predicament at the moment because he is on old mediums. To see this four-way battle, though, potential four-way battle, we need Alex to catch Humbostone before Nick gets like really on the back of Alex. Otherwise, Humbo, well, when he does pit, Humbo will come out around MJ Coupe. So the chances of him winning this race are nil, unfortunately. This was a safety car, which the odds can be high. And MJ Coupe again with the fastest lap, so he is absolutely flying. And Nick now is within DRS, but obviously it will take a lap. He has to go all the way around to get it because he's just past the DRS detection point. And hopefully in this time we see GP1 Alex get within a second of Humbo, so then we see a three-way battle. Gap is 1.1, so I think we are. This is going to be a good second half of this race, I believe. We just need to see Alex get within that slipstream range. He's just outside of it. Oh, he's run a little bit wide there. It's 1.1 seconds. He needs to kind of like push. He's within a second, but not much. And Humbo is getting away. Yeah, he's now out of DRS, so it matters now on the bus stop chicane. Nick is a bit too far back for now. But it does put Alex under pressure slightly. Humbostone did not get the best of runs. Gap's now 7/10, so possibly this is now a three-way battle for the lead of this race. White Fountain does pit and Rick is in the background there. You can see a Force India, that is Rick. Now three cars battling for the lead as the Uncle Rouge and Radion. Nick's car is lagging, but hopefully it doesn't cause any incidents. He's gone slightly wide as well, or he's dropped back. But here comes Alex on Humbostone. Will Humbostone defend? He does defend the inside. Alex around the outside. Slight contact between himself and Alex. Slows them both down, but Alex does get the move. And Nick is up into third, stays in third, but they go down the side of Humbostone here in Bruxelles. Oh, slight contact. Humbostone's not giving these positions up without a fight. Nick, though, needs to pass Humbostone quickly because Alex is already getting out of that DRS range, and Rick behind him. Alex, sorry, in the lead, and Rick behind is gaining. Humbostone's tyres look okay, but he's either holding him up or his tyres are genuinely gone. And MJ Cooper's retired. The guy who was looking favourable for some decent points today has retired. Will it cause a safety car? I don't think so. Wow, he's hit the wall before Pua, which is quite interesting. Now Nick on Humbostone, I think he's too far back again. He is. There is a safety car! I just jinxed it! There is a safety car! So Humbostone's in the pits. This will be for a set of super softs. What did I say? Betrayer's coming in. And Tony's coming in, so Humbo's going to come out in 5th place. Yeah. Humbo may actually win this race. I don't know where the safety car's gone though. Where's the safety car? I'm so confused at where the safety car is. If anyone could point me in the right direction, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. It's on the main straight. Bit of a dodgy place for the safety car to be sitting. Like, Tony's passed by Fountain. No. Right. So the final 5 or 6 laps. I definitely won't want to do podium interviews now. Especially with the safety car, which adds on a few minutes. Yeah, he did. I saw it on board with Lazarenko. The safety car's waiting on the straight before P1. Not P1. Oh, region radio. Sorry. So this is going to start lap 15, the slowest lap of the race most likely. No, it won't be because they're going to about to catch up to the safety car. Right, just saying they can't do the podium interviews, so I have to head off. So, safety car has caught up with Alex or has collected Alex and Nick. And Humbo Stone is up into 3rd. Rick Pitt. Ben's come out on a set of softs. Now, the two people who are now in a really, really, really bad predicament are Nick and Alex. They both didn't pit. Nick's tyres can go to the end, so can Alex's, but the people behind him are on fresh super softs. Yeah, I agree. It puts Rick in a really good position. Obviously penalties as well, so it could go down to anyone. But for Alex and Nick's sake, I don't see what they can do here, because if they pit now, they will physically fall to the back of the grid. They'll fall down to they'll pretty much fall down to about 7th or 8th, which will kind of rule them out of a race win, because they're not going to overtake everyone in that short time. So I'm going to guess they're going to stay out, but they're going to be extremely slow compared to Humbo, because even though Humbo's already done 1 lap, it's 1 lap behind the safety car, so nowhere. I think the safety car's going to come in next lap. I don't think it'll come in this lap. Nope. So next lap, I believe it will come in, because I believe it's 3 laps it lasts for. So SJD, since I think you're the only person in the chat, put your top 3 prediction now. Anyway. Safety goes in this lap. Oh, okay. Never mind. So as we get ready, that's a weird place. Send usually the start set to 3. So as the safety goes about to come in, Alex will lead them away. So as we go green again, and Alex has lost the back end straight away, and Nick takes the lead. Going down into turn 1, Alex has got cold tyres. He was a leader and he still hasn't been able to warm his tyres up. And now Nick's lost it. Oh no, this is not going to end well. As they're all pretty much compact going up into a Rouge and Radio. I'm not going for the front 2 are going to stop wobbling. They're not. Nick and Alex are battling. Nick is going to try and go for the lead. Meanwhile, Ben's going to try and have a look at Is Humbo going to try and make it 3 wide? They're going to go 3 wide. Alex breaks late, overshoots the corner. Nick and Humbo go side by side, more contact. And Nick's now still in second, Humbo's still in third. Ben's now on the back of Humbo Stone. What a race this is now. Oh, and Humbo Stone's in the middle of the Force India sandwich. And Nick takes the lead. Ben's going to try around the outside of Alex, doesn't get it. Oh no, don't go 3 wide going into pit, will not be risky. Oh wow, Ben and Alex both go off the track. And Rick's crashed on Tony. So Rick was looking really promising for a race win maybe, and now it's out the window. Betrayer is now in for this race win. Ben has passed Alex. Now it needs to be Humbo's turn. Nick has already pulled a 1.3 second lead, which is kind of what he needs in an old soft. Here comes Humbo and Alex. Will they go side by side for a Blanchimont? Oh god no. Okay, they do survive at least. Betrayer was having a look there. Alex is going incredibly slowly. As you can see the 4 cars there. Lazarenko's also joined in. What's happened? There's a yellow flag in sector 3. I don't know. I'm surprised, yeah. And that's Betrayer on the side of Humbo Stone. Something's happened to Humbo, and Betrayer out of nowhere is already up into 4th. And Alex will not have DRS. So Betrayer's going to pass Alex to P3. And Betrayer, oh, he hasn't even got DRS either. But he's going to gain, he's going to gain, he's going to gain, he's going to go down the inside. As he goes side by side. Alex got a very good run back on him. And Alex keeps the position once again. Wow, this is unbelievable. Alex is doing really well on the more mediums to keep 2 super soft runners behind and a soft runner. Nick is now being caught by Ben, so this will be the battle for the lead whenever it happens. And there's Lazarenko and Humbo. Humbo's now dropped down to 6th place, so something's happened to him. You may have wind damage. Oh, that's big contact. Oh, never mind. A Betrayer. Okay, no, more like it. Okay, right. Yeah, he's done very well. If he does hold on to a podium, that is meritable, definitely. Gap between Nick and Ben is within a second. To be honest, I thought that would have been a ginormous crash, but it wasn't. Now Betrayer on Alex. Betrayer needs to pass Alex on this, down the Kemmel straight, and then he still has a chance at this race win. As Ben and Nick will be battling for this lap. Betrayer's pretty close. Alex has run a little bit wide, and this looks like, yeah, DRS has been enabled, and Betrayer absolutely flies past him. I don't think Alex is able to hold on to that position. No, he doesn't. Lazarenko holds on to 5th place. So now Betrayer has his sights set on the race win. This will be a fantastic end to this race. The final 4 laps are looking like it's going to be amazing, as everyone's pretty much compacted due to the safety car. Ben closing in on Nick. Gap's now just less than half a second. Betrayer needs to get in within a second. He's closing, but not enough. Ben and Nick are battling. Nick, I don't think, stands a chance now on them pretty old softs. Betrayer seems to be struggling in a straight line. Ben doesn't go for a move on Nick, but he can go for it now. Going at the Kemmel straight. Whoa, Alex got pretty close to Betrayer there. What's happened to Betrayer? The instant he's past Alex, he's now under pressure from Alex. And Nick, now he's going to have to try and defend from Ben. I don't think he can do much here. He got a pretty good run out of the first corner, but that is about it. Runs a little bit wide as well. There's nothing much he can do. The gap is 2/10, and Ben's got DRS and Slipstream, and yep, he's passed him. So Ben is up into the lead of this race. Tony has got the fastest lap of this race. Now, can Nick maybe come back at Ben? I don't think so. But I think at this rate, Nick will hold on to a podium. Alex picks up a 3-second time penalty. It's actually quite hard to get penalties around this circuit, I believe. And now the gap between Ben and Nick is increasing. Nothing really can happen there. The gap between everyone seems to be increasing. Hopefully these last 3 laps aren't going to get boring. Because this whole race has been actually exciting. And with the safety car, that has just made this race 10 times better, maybe even 20. Prix seems to be struggling. He is slowly catching Nick. I think Nick can maybe hold on to a podium because Prix is struggling. I think Ben will take the win, but I don't know about second. Everyone's pushing here except for Ben, but that's understandable. Ben can be in a slightly comfortable position because of Nick's worn tyre situation. Prix, if he hasn't got much of a chance of winning this race, he would need a Ben mistake plus passing Nick this lap. He's now within DRS of Nick, but the more he battles with Nick, the bigger the gap between himself and Ben is, so... Yeah, I've got a feeling that we may have a battle for second on our hands. Yeah, he can keep second, but he's just trying to keep him behind. Alex is still within a shout of podium here, definitely. I know he's under pressure from Lazarenko, but once Prix and Nick start battling, they're going to lose time. And they're probably going to go aggressive since it is the penultimate lap, or going on to the penultimate lap. So, unless Prix can get a good run on Nick, which he definitely didn't do there. So now going into turn 1, he's run a little bit wide again, and Nick's got a pretty good run again. Thing is though, Alex is still going to struggle to try and pass or even catch up because he's on the oldest tyres. Now DRS with Prix and Slipstream, he's gaining a lot. Wow! Oh no, but Prix, that's an excellent move. He has a chance at this race. He has a chance at this race win. He wants this race win. Humboldt picks up a 3-second time penalty just to add on to his worries. He's now dropped to 7th. Where did his pace go? He was fighting for the win, now he's dropped to nowhere near. Nick and Prix are still pretty close. Nick can try and get the position back, but I think third is definitely on the cards for him. Yeah, Nick is struggling in that final sector especially. Nah, I think it'll be on about 50%, maybe 60, because he was behind the safety car, bear in mind, so tyre wear would have gone down. So yeah, Nick and Prix may have actually the same tyre wear around about now. Because Prix around this final lap will probably struggle. Because now maybe technically it'll be lap 6 or 7. If you think about it from start to finish. Including tyre wear from safety car. So we will see. But I don't think Nick's going to get anything. It will come down to penalties, of course, but like anyone, literally anyone could win this race in the top 7. Anyone in the top 7 could win this race, which is quite unbelievable. So I can't really say who's going to win. Alex is under pressure from Lazarenko. I don't think Lazarenko will go for a move. He'll go for it, I think, through Blanchimont. That's the only time we'll have left, or the bus stop chicane. Nothing's about to do it though. Back on board with Ben. Let's have a look. Fastest lap has gone to Rick. Yellow flag is set to 1 and set to 2. Who is it? It's Rick. I literally was just talking about Rick. Ben started in 9th. Not a predicted winner. But I think he'll end up winning the race. I don't know. So as he comes around the final corner, will he be the Belgian Grand Prix race winner? We'll find out now. Yes, he will. Prix just gets 2nd and Nick in 3rd. And Alex gets 4th. White Fountain 5th. Lazarenko 6th. And Humboldt in 7th. So an excellent race, especially from the top 3. Wave Intel, an absolute mare, if I was going to say anything. Rick, not the best race. Top 2, front row, by both people in front row have had an appalling race. Betrayer extends his championship lead once again. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Alex. You could have probably pit though, for the supers, I don't know. You could have maybe have pit. But you would have been battling Lazarenko still, but you probably would have been behind him. So yeah, I don't know. You did well to hold him off though. Still, the 4th place on the slower tyre is still an accomplishment. So as I said, Betrayer does extend his championship lead. I don't think he can win the championship in Singapore, but no, I don't think he can. But definitely USA has a chance. So Ben is your winner. 2nd is Betrayer. 3rd is Nick. That is your top 3 for this race. Thanks, SJD. 4th is Alex. Very good drive after the safety car mugged him off, in his words. In 5th is White Fountain. Quite a shock P5. I didn't actually expect that from him. In 6th is Lazarenko. In 7th is Humbo Stone. A very disappointing race, if I must say so myself. He did qualify down the grid, but he was battling for the win, then just dropped. In 8th is Tony, Rick 9th, also a bad race, with a pair of them two. And then the DNFs were Warris Lander, MJ Coop, Wave Intel, and Joseph. That has been it for Invictus F2, or Invictus Racing League, if you want to say the full name. It's been a pleasure commentating. I should be back next week, or be here again next week for round 10 in Singapore.